Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to look at which SD cards are actually compatible with GoPro cameras, which ones make sense to buy, and what capacity you really need depending on how you shoot. I'll keep this practical and straightforward based on real use, so you don't waste money on the wrong card or run into recording issues later. Now, without any further ado, let's get straight into it. I've been using GoPros for years, and if there's one pattern I've seen over and over again, it's that SD cards are still the most common source of problems. That's because not every SD card is compatible with GoPro cameras. And let me tell you why. When you hit record on a GoPro, the camera starts writing a continuous stream of data to the SD card. If the card slows down even briefly, the camera doesn't try to recover. It just stops recording, throws an error, or gives you a corrupted file. This is where speed ratings come in. For GoPro cameras, the minimum you should consider is a V30 card, also called U3. Anything slower might work for short clips or low settings, but the moment you start shooting in 5.3K, high frame rates or higher bit rates, you're pushing the card hard. V30 means the card can sustain at least 30 megabytes per second of write speed, which is more than enough for GoPro video modes. By the way, if you want a quick reference for GoPro settings, I've put together a free GoPro settings cheat sheet. You can download it using the link in the description. You'll also see V60 cards. They're faster and give you more headroom. They're useful if you constantly shoot at the highest settings or record long clips, but they're not mandatory for everyone. Now, this is where things get confusing for a lot of people, because you can also do everything right in terms of specs and still run into issues, but not because the card is bad. Most of the time, problems come from unbranded cards, fake cards, or very cheap copies that look like well-known brands. You'll see a Samsung or SanDisk label, the price looks amazing, and on paper it says V30. But in reality, the card can't sustain the speed it claims. That's usually the red flag. If the price looks too good to be true, it probably is. This is why I always stick to trusted brands like Samsung, SanDisk, or Lexar. And I always buy them from reliable stores with reviews like Amazon. I've been super happy with them. I'll leave some links of the cards I use down in the description. Those cards do handle maxed out GoPro settings just fine. The issues usually come from fake or low quality cards pretending to meet the same specs. But what about the capacity? How many gigabytes should it be? Bigger cards sound better, but they're not always the smartest choice. Putting everything on one huge card means that if something goes wrong, you lose a lot of footage at once. With smaller cards, the risk is spread out, and in practice, the camera often behaves more reliably. I find that 256 or 512 gigabytes is the sweet spot for most people. Enough space to record for hours, but not so big that all your footage lives on a single card. These sizes also work well across different GoPro models, not just the latest ones. SD cards like the Samsung Evo series, the SanDisk Extreme, and the Lexar 1000X are the ones I've been using and showing on the channel for a long time. Not because they're new or special, but because they are reliable. They meet the speed requirements, and more importantly, they stay stable during long recordings. That's also why you keep seeing the same cards on the channel. If something works across different GoPro models and different shooting conditions, there's no reason to change it, right? Another question I get all the time is how long you can actually record on a certain SD card. At high-end GoPro settings like 5.3K with high bit rate and 10-bit color, you're roughly in the range of just under 1 gigabyte per minute. The exact number changes depending on settings, but it's a realistic reference. So with a 256 gigabyte card, you're looking at around 4 to 5 hours of footage. With a 512 gigabyte card, you're closer to 8 to 9 hours. For most people, that easily covers a full day of shooting. Personally, I don't always shoot at maximum resolution. Most of the time I use 4K, sometimes even 1080p. It's easier to edit, takes less space, and still looks great. I only go higher when I know I'll need to crop or zoom in later. So ultimately, if you want a safe, reliable SD card for your GoPro, stick with proven cards like the Samsung Evo series or the SanDisk Extreme in V30 speed. If you shoot more demanding stuff and want extra headroom, the Lexar 1000X is a great option. I'll leave the links below. Also remember to choose a capacity that matches how long you shoot. For most people, 256 or 512 gigabytes is the sweet spot. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. Now, you may also like these videos up here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.